Hey designers, drum roll please. The Profit Academy for Interior Designers is officially open. If you've been waiting for a step-by-step system to price your projects with confidence, maximize your profits, and finally pay yourself what you deserve, this is it. This is for you. Inside, you'll learn exactly how to shift from guessing to knowing your numbers. You can run your business like a pro and stop leaving money on the table. Enrollment is open now at the Profit Academy for interiordesigners.com, but the doors do close September 23rd. So if you're thinking about it, now's the time. Hi there, interior design lovers. Welcome back to the Business of Beautiful Spaces, the podcast where we blend design inspiration with all behind the scenes tips and tricks you need to thrive in your business. I'm your host, Laura Thornton, and with over 27 years in this interior design game and running a 7-figure design company, trust me, I've seen it all. I want to be your interior design bestie. I want to help you build the business of your dreams, make more money, and yes, ditch the stress along the way. I've been doing this for a long time, and now I'm sharing my knowledge with all of you, my fellow designers and decorators. All I ask in return is that you like, review, and follow this podcast wherever you listen, so other designers can find us and learn more too. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's dive into making 2025 your best business year yet. Welcome back to Business of Beautiful Spaces. I'm your host, Laura Thornton, and today I want to have a real conversation about something every single designer faces: pricing. We'll talk about why it feels so hard, how it can hold back your business, and why I've decided to create the Profit Academy for Interior Designers, a program that has helped many designers finally get control over the financial side of their business. This isn't about selling you a dream. It's about giving you the tools to build a thriving business that not only pays your salary, but also builds wealth, stability, and freedom for your future. And yes, I'll tell you all about the Profit Academy, but more importantly, why it matters for you and your business. Let's be honest. Most of us came into this industry because we love design. The fabrics, the finishes, the thrill of seeing a client light up when they walk into the space that you've created. And that's the heart of why we do what we do. But when it comes to pricing, it's a whole different story. So many designers tell me, Laura, I second guess my pricing every single time. I don't even know where to start. I end up shaving off hours of my invoices just so I don't feel guilty and I can fit in, and I want to make sure I'm not overpricing myself next to another designer. And I don't know how to confidently explain my fees to my clients. And I'm going to tell you, you are not alone. In fact, that's the number one pain point I see in this industry. And I have said all those things to myself in the past. So the truth is, you can be an incredible designer, but if your pricing isn't solid, and your business will never feel stable. And that's why we see so many talented designers get burnt out. It's because we're overworked, we're undercharging, and we're constantly wondering how to make it all up. And here's what I want you to know. It does not need to be this way. You deserve not only to love your work, but to be paid well for it. And not just paid well, you deserve a business that creates wealth, a business that supports your life, your future, your family, and your dreams. Personal story. I remember the moment it became crystal clear for me. If something had ever happened to my husband, and nothing was wrong with him, I was literally lying in bed and he was perfectly fine. And we were in our early 30s and we had 2 little guys, 2 little boys. And I remember just thinking, if something happened to him, our whole lives would change, not just because he's not in it, but I wouldn't be able to afford where we were living. And I wouldn't be able to, like, my little boys' whole lives would be turned upside down in so many ways. And I was working so hard. And I remember because it was just after tax time and I gotten back all the information from the accountant. And I was like defeated, feeling like, how did I work and take this time away from my boys? And like, I worked so hard and this is all that came of it. And like this number that felt a little gross. It didn't even match up to what I had left a really great role in interior design, running an interior design department. It didn't even come close to what I had been making working for somebody else. And I was working more hours, more days, putting the kids to bed and still working. Never felt like I was having time for myself. And so I just remember this vivid moment of being, if something happened to him, I would have to go back to work for someone else, which would mean that the boys would have to go into daycare. Like, it had all these repercussions. And this was my wake-up call. And I had 2 choices. I could go back and work for somebody else, or I could double down and truly learn the business side of design. And so I chose the second path. And I'm going to tell you, It wasn't quick and it wasn't easy. And I clawed my way through any book, course, workshop, any little nugget I could get my hands on until I built a business that not only paid me a salary, but also created wealth for me, for the future, for my family, and for rainy days to ride the roller coaster of owning a business and being an entrepreneur, wealth for retirement, and wealth for peace of mind. I no longer worry. Yes, my boys are older, but after I did this, I no longer worried if, God forbid, anything had happened to my lovely husband. Nothing would change in my boys' lives. I mean, everything would change, but I wouldn't have to move them out of their family home, and I wouldn't have to uproot them in every which way. And that was one of the reasons why once I started doing the podcast and realized I wasn't the only one. This was the most common question that I was getting DM'd. I was getting emails to my my business. I was getting a lot of questions about how to be profitable, how I was making money. And that was why I created the Profit Academy, because I never wanted another designer to feel stuck, burnt out, or powerless the way I once did. So the Profit Academy for Interior Designers is a 6-week online course designed to give you clarity, confidence, and control over the pricing and your profits. It's not theory. It's 47 actionable lessons spread across 6 weeks. Each week, you'll get new content covering pricing for results, which will confidently set your rates, defining your hourly value, and aligning your income with your goals. We're going to talk about profit optimization and learning how to calculate margins, track your profits, and make sure every project contributes to your bottom line. Fee structures, consultation, procurement, project management, and finally know how to price each stage of these projects. Implementation and how to build quotes that protect your timeline, your talent, and your profits. Protecting profits with contracts and safeguards and strategies to ensure that your business is secure for the long term. And then, of course, we love a little celebration and next steps, but this is over 6 weeks. Now, if you're thinking, oh, well, I don't have 6 weeks, don't worry. This is not something where you're pressured to do anything. You can do this at your own pace. Now, if you are someone who likes to dive in and get right going and all that is fabulous, because every week during this course, which starts on September 29th, once a week, we will have a live Facebook chat where you can come and hang out with me for an hour, and hopefully others that are taking the course. And if you have questions about or need clarity about something in the program, this is a great opportunity to get that. But what we have found that happened in the past was we would talk about that for a few minutes, and then it's a bunch of designers and decorators and stagers having great conversation and peer-to-peer communication, which I don't know about you, but every time I've been in a room with other designers, I learned so much. And if one has a problem, someone else has probably had the problem and has a great solution. So we can all learn from each other. And if it is more about the program, then that's great. But if we have more time, then this is a really great way to meet other designers and to ask your questions. And I'm happy to help and offer not so much advice, but I will tell you, I call it shares of if it's worked for me or if I know someone else's business and it's helped them. I'm always happy to share. So I really feel like those 1-hour sessions in our private Facebook group are a real asset. And these sessions are open to both new and past students. So you not only get to ask me your questions, you'll also get the support and the wisdom of other designers who are right there with you, facing the same challenges. And those peer-to-peer conversations, quite frankly, are invaluable. So in addition to the course and in addition to the Facebook group where we get to all hang out together once a week for the 6 weeks, there are some added bonuses. And because I want you to have all the tools to succeed, when you join the Profit Academy, you not only get the course, the 6-week course, but you're also going to get my mobile photo presets. These are perfect for times when your project photos don't justify the cost of a full professional shoot. These will brighten, deepen, highlight those tricky corners so that your Instagram feed stays beautiful and consistent. You also get over 75 email templates straight from my own business at Thornton Design, and these cover every stage of the business. So if you're ever stuck staring at a blank screen again and you don't want to sound like you chat GPT'd it, this is the route for you. And because you are a smart cookie who is already thinking about investing in your business by taking the course, then I know you're going to be smart enough to use that email template book as a way to fully see my process in my business. And also, you do get the kitchen design template so that you'll never miss another item when planning or quoting a kitchen. And these are one of those tools that you're going to use again and again and again. And they're yours to keep for being part of the Profit Academy. So this isn't just about charging more. This is about building a business that sustains you, that creates wealth, and that gives you the freedom to live the life that you've dreamed of. That when you became a designer and thought it was a great idea to open your own business, that this is what you've always wished that you had. Imagine being able to confidently present your fees without flinching or worrying as you're sliding the price across the table if they're going to cringe. Imagine never again questioning whether you're being paid fairly. Imagine building a business that supports your family, your future, and your freedom. And that's what the Profit Academy is all about. So if you've been nodding along today, and if you're ready to stop second guessing and start stepping into the next level of your business, I'd love to see you inside the Profit Academy. You can head to the link in the show notes. You can also head over to the Profit Academy for Interior Designers website and secure your spot. And remember, it's not about making money. It's about creating wealth, stability, and a business that truly supports a beautiful life that you deserve. But before you go, can I ask you a little favor? If this episode has resonated with you, a free way to support this show is by leaving us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you listen to this podcast. Tell me what your favorite episode has been so far, because I love reading your notes and I love getting feedback to know what you want to hear and learn about next. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of this amazing community. And remember that beautiful design deserves beautiful, profitable business behind it. If I don't see you inside the Profit Academy next week, you'll be missed, but I'll be right back here next week. So have a good one.